just in case it's breaking because my internet is giving. All right. Let's. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Where did we stop? Where did we stop last?
Charts. We went through all the charts.
Okay, we went through all the charts. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. There's something I said I wanted to do today. We went through all the charts. Did I miss any charts? Okay, no. Okay, I think it was. Did we finish the dashboard?
Yeah, we said we'll do a dashboard today. We showed us a sample dashboard.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I remember. Now, so first of all, we have gone through most of the chart. We have seen the way the data must be structured for that chart, for the chart to work, right? Then we gave certain criteria for you to know which chart to use. But at the end of the day, there are some charts, it's not at your own discretion. So it's more like an art than a science to it, okay? But there must be a basis for selecting the chart. The data must be structured in a certain way for that chart to come out, okay? But every other thing, when you are building your dashboard, it's more like what an art. Okay, it's more like what an art. So let's start. So normally what we have been doing, so we have the data. The next thing we need to do is what? Get like your analysis sheet, right? Analysis. Are you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then maybe this I'll call this on the report sheet. Okay. Now here, this is where we are now going to be doing all our pivots. So I'll just do a few. All right, let's see. So insert pivot table. What did I say the name of this table as? Superstore. Okay, Superstore. I'm sure by now everybody knows how to do pivot table now. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, we can.
Yes, Superstore. Don't forget, always label your pivot table. So let's take basic things like what now? What can we take now? Okay, let me just start with the category by sales. Okay. Then I'll come quickly and label this one. Category by sales. Pick next one. Insert pivot table. Superstore. Maybe I'll just copy the Superstore out. Superstore. Let's see what again. Okay, let me say subcategory by revenues. Let's do that one again. Superstore. So let me take, for example, quantity by quantity. Then come here, group. Let's increase by, let's say 5. All right, so let's call this one retail. Also bulk. And let's say wholesale, right? Something like this. What again you want? So all these things that you are doing, remember there's something that is guiding you, isn't it? You have certain questions you're already asking, isn't it? So that's what will guide you when you are picking all these things. I think you remember that.
Yes, sir.
Just I'm doing it randomly, but you know there's a problem you are trying to solve, isn't it? So it is based on those questions that you now know what variables you are going to pick. So that's why anytime you ask the question, you must be able to identify, okay, what is the variable I'm going to use and what is likely where I'm going to visualize it or analyze it. Okay. So for now, I'm just picking randomly. Okay. What again can we take? Okay, let's say states by sales. So if you notice, everything is sales, isn't it? Everything I'm picking is sales, 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 sales. So this will be what they call a sales report. Okay, but if I'm dealing with, for example, I'm dealing with sales, I'm dealing with quantity, I'm dealing with purchase, I can have the different reports. Then I can now harmonize all the reports and pick the most vital one into one particular one, and it's that one you call a dashboard. Okay, but if it's just one that I am doing, then that report can also be called a dashboard. So we can differentiate between report and dashboard now, isn't it? So the report is a summary, right, of a particular task you want to achieve, okay? But the dashboard in itself is a summary of all your reports. So if you just have one report, that report can just be a dashboard. Then what again can we pick? Okay, let's say order dates by sales. Okay. And you know, sometimes if I, you know, here automatically is grouped for you, but if you don't want to group it, you can right click and say on group. It will bring out the full dates for you. Okay. But if you want to group it back, just right click and say group. So as you group by what now? Do I want it by years, by quarter, by month? Can you see that? So it all depends on what you want to do. Okay. All right. Let me see. Show field list. Let's remove. Okay, let's make it by month. Right. Then let me make this. So let me make this an average, right? Make this average. All right. So quickly, next thing we're going to do now is to what? Label all these. So this is category by sales. This is what. So let me. So this is category. Will I need this one there? No. Let me just do this one. This is what now? Subcategory by sales. Okay. This is sub category by sales. This is what now? This one, call it what do we call this one now? Quantity by what now? Let me say purchase by quantity. Or sale, let me say sales by quantity. In terms of whether they are the sales we are making, whether it's retail, bulk, or then here will be, let's say, states. Yes, states by sales. This state, you know, if this state is too long for us, right? So what can we do? I think we can summarize it, isn't it? So how do we shorten it now to make it like top 10 or top 5? How do we make it top 10 or top 5?
We can go to
I think sort.
No,
custom sort or
you can go to home and use conditional formatting. Right click and then you see the
okay.
You say you go to where?
Home, conditional formatting.
Okay, go to home, conditional formatting.
Yeah, then top bottom rows. Yeah, so top
This
10
one.
items. Yes.
Is that how we do it? I'm not highlighting. I want to summarize it.
They want to pick the top 10, like
Yes,
to rearrange them in order of like in
yes.
descending. Oh, okay, in descending order. Okay.
So and to summarize it for me to top 10 or top 5.
Just right click on the
Right
row level.
click, yes.
Then
Uh-huh.
so once you right click, yeah, show value as or summarize by.
Uh-huh.
Summarize
Right
by
now,
sum. By sum. Yes.
It's already some now.
It's already some. Supposed to be top by or value setting or 5 or something. I'm looking for the top something or
Yes. That's why I say always practice. So can you see now? So it depends on where you have it here. Value filters. Can you see it here? Top 10. Do you see that? So I'll just come to where the state is. Value filters, top 10. All right. So I say top 10. Okay, that's fine. Then that's it. Then if I want to now sort it now, I'll now say sort option. So what do I want to sort by now? So from highest to smallest, is it ascending or descending?
descending.
Descending. So I'll switch descending. What am I sorting by?
So
Total. Yes. And that's basically it. Done. So we come here. No. All right. So if I already have these, then so quickly let's visualize. So let's click on this one. Total sales. So remember, if I want a particular chart that is not part of this pivot chart, you know what to do, right? If I want to pick any of the other charts, you know, for pivot table, it only allows you to do a certain number of charts.
Yes, you can copy and paste it into create it as not a pivot table, so you can manipulate it.
Yeah, don't copy and paste. So if I want to do a particular thing here, if I copy and paste this, I want to say equal to, I pick this, isn't it? Equal to,
upper source.
yes, I'll pick this. I don't know, but if I drag, it will just pick the same data. So I'm not sure why it's new version, why it's like this yet, but normally, if you try in your own version, if you put equal to, they drag it down, I'm sure it should work. I don't know.
The newer versions from I think 16, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So just in case you have any visual you want to use apart from that. And the essence of why you do this now is that so whatever you do, once this one changes, this one will also change. Okay. All right. So this is category total sales. This is let's see. This is sales by total quantity. This is states by total sales. Here's months by average sales. Okay, so here I'll do a simple visual here. This will be fine, right? This one, so let me just take, we just keep them somewhere. Okay, so let me take this. Which visual will be better for this? Will this be too long? Okay. So if I want to bring out the values, so put out the values there. Then you can hide all these buttons. Okay, that's fine. There's another one. So let me pick another one again. So insert, let's take the donut chart. So here, if I want to increase the size of the donut, right? So that I do. If it doesn't come out here, right? So just format data series. Then you see this donut size. Can you see that? Then in case I want to increase the angle, then I can do that. Donut explosion is if you want to separate it. So that's what called donut explosion. Okay. All right. So that's me here. Okay, maybe I'll just add. This thing doesn't look proper, so if I take. If it's not clear, then just come to chart design, then pick the one that you like. Or chart layouts. Anyone that you see that you like, this one is okay. Aha, next, so let's see states. Let me just use normal visual. Visual, okay. Then, okay, this one, let me use line charts. Line charts, okay, line charts. All right. So up to this point, at least we all know how to do this now, isn't it? We all know how to do all this. Okay. Now, you see, when you are building your dashboard, first of all, you on paper first, you just have an idea of what you want to do, right? You just draw it on paper what you want to do. So that's why those people who are naturally artistic, this is where let's say that skill now comes to play. It now gives you an added advantage. So that's why no matter the field you are in, there's always a role for you. So for example, here we can have maybe a logo, here maybe title, then so I can just have box here, or if you want to have your card visual. So it just depends on what you want to, how you want to explain it. So just the way you design your PowerPoint, right? And you are presenting. So that's the same thing you are trying to do here. Okay. So there must be a context. So sometimes you can just use a card visual to maybe if it's 10 million. There's that 10 million sales you are now trying to explain. They now start going by every other one. Okay. So if you want a card visual, you can put a card visual there. Then maybe, for example, you want a line chart here. You want a bar chart here. Okay. Then maybe somewhere here you now have your filters. You have your filter, you have your filter, you have. So best practice, just better draw it on paper. Just do a rough sketch, okay? So you just have an idea of how you want the visual to look like. So once you have done that, then you can now start your listing, okay? So the first thing you can do, so I can come here to my view, right? View, where's my view tab? So I can remove all these grid lines, right? Let me remove grid lines. But later, if I want to remove this heading, remove all this one, right? To give it more space. Can you see that? You can also do that. But in case you want to go back there, so I can now pin it back. Formula bar, headings. All right. So what I want, okay, yeah, I remember. So what I wanted to show you guys is that sometimes I've shown you how to, for example, we talked about bringing a logo. So I'll bring in picture, right? So let me say from this device. So let me say, for example, logo. This is a logo, right? So I can put the logo here. And you know, there are some other logos you can do that they are transparent. Let me see. Okay, yes, I think this one. This one is not transparent one. So there are some logos that you can also do. Maybe if you download it online. Let me see this. This one, they are the same thing. These ones are the same thing. So what we can do, let's see, format picture. Fill. Okay, this one I don't. This one has the field. Okay, I'll show you another way to do it. So let's put the logo here, right? Then if I want this, so this is one way to bring in a picture, right? So I showed you guys how to bring a picture. So if I'm bringing a picture now here, let me say, okay, let me say for example, I have this one. Can you see this? So you see the problem is that when the more I try to increase it, right? So you see sometimes you start struggling. And if the picture quality is not good, you see when you are stretching it out, it will not really come out well. So if I want this logo to show, I can say, okay, send to back. You see that? Then every other thing will now come on top. So for example, I can now take so let me take one of these, my visual here. I can take one of my visual here and put it here. You see that? So I can now start building on my visuals on top here. But if I now say no fill, can you see now that background is now showing? Do you see that? The background is now showing. So let me show you another way of doing it again. So instead of copying the picture and adjusting it like this, you can now make the picture as part of your sheet, right? So what you can do there, come to your insets. No, not your insert. Come to your page layout. Go to your page layout. Can you see background? So if I want the background in my sheet, so at the background of my sheet, so I'll come to page layout and say background. Okay, select from file. So let me pick one like this. So can you see now? I don't have to adjust anything. It's part of my sheet, my natural sheet now. Do you see that?
Yes.
So that's how to do it. So it's now part of your sheet now.
Dr. Francis, please, can you take that again?
All right. So you understand what I want to do? There are two ways of doing it. I can either insert, right? I will insert picture. So from this picture, I'll put it this way. But it means I have to expand it, right? Till I get it right. So what we are saying that if the quality of the picture is not high enough, when you are expanding it, you will notice that the picture quality will start diminishing. It will not look very clean. Okay. So another way of doing it is to come to your page layout. Can you see your page layout? You come here to your background. So choose the file you want. So then choose the picture that you want. Then now it's on you. So now I can type anything here. It's now on my background. So instead of me having white like this, now I will having a picture there. Do you see that? Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, but you notice another thing again. That sometimes even these pictures. So let's now come to color.
Dr. Francis,
Yes.
please, where did you the bring to back or something like that? Where did you get
You
that?
just right click. So if I right click like this, you see bring to front, bring send to back.
Oh, okay. Okay, sir.
Yes. Then let me see. Now, sometimes if it's difficult for you to work with this, if it's difficult to work with this, so what you can also do, so another thing you can do, go to PowerPoint. PowerPoint is also very good to do this. So go to PowerPoint. So if I come to, can you see my PowerPoint?
No, sir.
So this is PowerPoint. So this is PowerPoint, right? So this is PowerPoint.
Okay.
All right. So now the same thing I want to do, but in PowerPoint it is easier for me to edit it there. Okay. So for example, you notice that when I put the picture, even when I want to type something there, it's not so clear because the picture is overshadowing the text and everything there. Okay. So let's come here, insert. Okay, let me pick this guy. So I may not have to adjust it, right? So what I can do, can you see where you have, let's say, colors, right? I can pick any of the colors like this. Can you see I can pick a color like this, right? If you can see, you can do any adjustment you want to do to it there. So I want this color to look like this. Can you see you have different things you can adjust it any way you can, okay? But in Excel, you are not giving all these tools. So it is easier to adjust it here, right? In PowerPoint, do whatever adjustment you want to do. If you want to come to colors, can you see that? I can pick any of these colors I want to do. Can you see that? So let's leave it like this. So if there's another thing I want to do here, I can just easily adjust it here. Once I am done, what I'll just do, I'll just right click and say save as. Can you see save as picture? Can you see save as
Yes,
picture?
sir.
Yes, sir.
So let me call it background 1. So remind me the name of background 1. Okay. So that is the what I have worked. Now do not expand it. Do not go and expand it very large, because if you do that, when you now take it to Excel, it now looks also very large. So just leave it with its originally. Okay. So let's go back now to Excel. So this is the same thing in Excel. Let me go to another sheet now. Right? Is my Excel screen showing now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Okay. So first of all, let me remove these grid lines. So now I'll come to page layout, background. So we come to background. Yes, off offline though. Yes, background 1 is set. Now, can you see that this one brought it like in form of? So let's see, and that's what we can do. So can you see what it has done? It has imported it, but it split it into 2. So let's see, and that let's go back to that file now. Let's look at another way we can do it. Or let me
Why was it split into 2, sir?
you know what it does is that once it picks the picture, so if you look at this one, once it picks the picture, if I keep going, you will notice that it will repeat it. Can you see? It's splitting it, but you're not noticing that demarcation.
Okay, it's true.
You see that it's not breaking it like that. So you just feel that it's just in one swoop. So what I want to do now is that, let me see if I would have. No, let me do it in. Okay. So from file, so you say background 1, insert. But let me see, is there any other way I can adjust it? Okay, let me go back to my PowerPoint. Let me go back to my PowerPoint. So let's see if I have made it whole. Now, you know, here, wait, let me delete this and bring it back again and try. Hopefully, I will not adjust it. Okay, picture from device. Let's see, background. No, this was the original file. Okay, let me see if I make it whole like this, right? Then I say, okay, color. Let me make it this color. Now let me save it. Save as picture. Background one. Save. Yes. Now let me see if I make it white and if I leave it as it is, what's the difference? So I'll come back here to my Excel screen. This one I'll remove this background. Okay. So let me insert back. Background one. Can you see what? That's why I say if you adjust it, it will be very big here. Can you see that?
Yes.
So you have to get the right size. You have to get the right size. So because that particular one, if you don't get the right size, it will, can you see now? It's very small. So we have to get the right size. So that's where it is. So let me go back again. Let's try and amend. Once you just get the right distance there, I think it should come out properly. So let me do that again. But anyway, let me see again, and that way we can do it. That one was that the problem was that he enlarged it a bit, very large. So if I say compress picture, compress. Don't compress. Let's make it like this. Now you can even make it light. Can you see? You can even make it lighter. If you want to make it brighter, lighter, whatever you want to do. Okay, but if you don't want, just undo. Color. Okay, that's it. Then if I increase a little bit, let me see. And I say, okay, save. Save as picture. Let me now see. So let me call this one background 2. Okay. Another thing again, you can also, so if you also can download online, you can also download online any particular picture that you like, right? Then those who also know how to use Photoshop, if you can use Photoshop, that's also another one again. Let's say background 2. I think this is better.
Yes, this is better.
This looks better. Okay, so you must have edited everything that you want to do there. Okay, just once you have edited the color, maybe how bright or light it is. Once you have edited it there, then it will be okay there. It will be okay there. So now you can now start your. So that's the difference. Now can you see this and this? So either ways. All right. So but once you get the right size, then you just get it and import it there. Okay. So we can now start working. So those are your visuals now. So what do you want to get now? So if it's a logo, I wanted to get the logo. Let's say logo. Okay, this is the logo, right? So if you have your company logo there, you can just put that there. Alternatively, if you can look for no fill. Another thing again, let me see, transparency. Picture transparency. Can you see it to be disappearing at the background? Can you see that?
Yes.
So if you want it lighter, it's just take that. So you see, as at this point now, it's more like an art. So those of you who know how to who learned Corel Draw in the past, you learned how to use Photoshop. And this is where your skill now comes to. If I just take it to Photoshop and go and do everything I want, it'll be easier for you. Okay. So now, next thing we need, maybe let's say we need the title, right? Maybe we need the title. So what you can do here, you can use text box, but better just use shapes, right? Use shapes. Use shape here, so I can type it. You can type on it. So let's call it what? Sales what? Let's say sales performance report. Okay, so you can easily highlight it. Come here, increase the font size, maybe to about. Okay. All right. Now, if you see this, you can also switch the colors if you want to. Can you see that you can switch them to get whatever you want? Let's see. Now, but if you don't want it now, you want it to be transparent. So if I click outside here, right? Shape formats. Okay, what I can also do, let me just right click. Format shape. Now, can you see format shape? So if I say no fill, you see that this has gone out from the background. Do you notice that? Then you see this red line. Can you see this red line border? I'll come here and say no line. Then it's gone. So it looks cleaner like this.
Why didn't it work for the logo?
Now, no, the logo, it was copied as a picture. If I was the one that designed it here, then it's easier to do.
Okay, sir. Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
But because it was just cut as a picture, so it will be difficult to do. But so let me see this. But if you save it from your, let me see. If you save it from, this one works now. But this one was saved from internet like this. Do you get? So you can have it a situation like this or like this. So this is like a picture. So if you just go to the internet and just say right click, save as picture, it will save it. You may save it this way. But if you just screen grab and paste, then to just save it like this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So either of the method you want to use, that's fine. So I saved the two versions. So I can just have this somewhere.
Doctor.
Yes.
Doctor, the difference between this logo and the other one is that this one you inserted now is transparent.
Yes. Now, so what you can do, if you just go to Google, any of the pictures that you want, there are some, they have already saved them in that format. So once you right click and save, just save as picture, it will save. But there's a difference between when I cut. Can you see I want to screen grab this? You see that if I paste, there's nothing that is changing there. Even if I come here to format picture, I say no fill. Can you see that no fill of fill is the same thing? You see the difference? Okay. So that one was cut as a picture. This one was just saved.
Okay. Thank you.
That's the difference, yes. Okay, what again? Okay, so we're fine with this now, isn't it? So I've got this sales performance report. Now you remember that thing I was drawing on paper? What I was drawing on paper, isn't it? So I can also come here, I'll say insert shapes. So the way I have drawn it on paper, that's the same way I'll come here and also insert shapes. Where are the shapes now? Insert shapes. Now. So so the way you have drawn it on paper, that's the same way you are going to edit it here. But what so to make life easy for you, first of all, once you have done one, edit everything that you want to edit there, then you now copy and replicate. Otherwise, if I copy paste, right, and I'm having these different ones, it means I have to be doing it one by one. So what I'll do, I'll just take this one. I want to edit this now, right? So let me. Can you see if I say no field? Can you see automatic? Can you see the background?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If I say solid field, but another nice one is gradient field. Can you see gradient field? Gradient field is the one now you can now make different styles. Can you see that? So for example, if I want to add color to green, so can you see that? I can switch it till I get whatever color I want. If I want to add another color to it, I'll add, then I'll just click, okay, this color, I want to make it orange. Then to now blend orange, green, and whatever you have there. So that I say this, as from this part, is more like an art. So if you're an artist, me, I'm not a very artistic person. Okay.
Dr.
Okay.
Francis,
Yes.
that picture or texture fill, would that work for the logo? After
Which
the
one?
gradient fill.
This one.
After the gradient fill. No, I'm
So
saying
it-
picture or texture.
Okay, picture. Okay, no. See, if I put picture, can you see it? This is what it is. Then I can now insert a picture inside it.
Inside it. Okay.
I can now insert a picture inside it. Can you see now?
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So right inside that your chart, you can also insert picture. So imagine you have products. Just imagine you have different products. So you have the picture of those products. So if as you are doing your sales, you are doing the graph of your sales. So the picture of that product will be at the background.
Okay.
You understand it now?
Yes.
So that's when you can use that. Okay, where am I? Okay, I'll still drawing shapes. Okay. All right. So you understand. So once you have edited it the way you want to edit, so let's say gradient fill. Let me pick this. So if I want to change colors, if I click this, I can switch the color. So if I switch it to, let's say, blue, can you see, to blend blue and that. If I switch it to, let's say, red and yellow, red and, in primary school, then they will tell you primary colors, right? What are the primary colors?
Red,
Red,
yellow,
yellow, and blue.
blue.
Red, yellow, and blue. So if I add red to this now, so red plus yellow, do you notice to give you orange?
Yes.
So all those things that they told us in primary school. So those your colors. So you can do any style that you want, but make sure. So just ensure that if the background is dark, make your this is, so that contrast will come out. Okay. Okay. Let me do. But either way, so whatever method you want, that's fine. Then again, you can also fade it. Can you see? You can also fade it. Can you see that? So that background will now be showing. You can also fade it. So irrespective of the color that I want, I can also fade it. Yes, I can also fade it till I get whatever I want. So let's assume that this is the way I have done. Okay, I'm okay with this now. I'm okay with it. But if I don't want the fill at all, I just say no fill. It will disappear completely. Okay. But this is what I want. So once I'm okay with this, now you notice that if I remove it, do you notice there's a line at the border?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't want that line too, isn't it? So what do I do?
Yeah.
I'll come
No
here.
line.
No line, exactly. So this field, so here no line, then the line will disappear. Can you see? No line.
Dr.
If I
Francis,
say-
was this what you did for that dashboard? 'Cause it
Yeah,
looks like it.
yes, now it's the same thing now. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Mm. It's for you to get the idea. I told you it's just an art, right?
Yeah.
There are some people, if you see what they will do with this thing, you'll be wondering, is this Excel? So when you see the way they do some dashboards in Power BI, right? You say, Excel cannot do it. But Excel can actually do it. Just as long as you can think about how, if you can think about it in Excel, you can execute it. Okay. So if I have this, then that's fine. Then what I can do, okay, let me just replicate this. Let me replicate this. How many visuals do I have?
5.
Let's see how many visual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 5. Okay, 5. So no doubt like this. Let me replicate. So I have the okay. So this is the structure now, isn't it? The structure is coming
Yeah.
out now. Yes. So now we can come here. So now another thing I can do again, I can put title. So you know most of these charts, right? So let's go to this visual. So let me take this first visual. So let me cut this visual out. Let me call this one. Let me call this one dashboard. Dashboard. Okay, so I'll paste it here. I'll paste here. Now you see, and that issue again, I don't want all these things there, so I'll delete that. Hide all fields. Now, if I want again, whatever design you want to pick, you can also pick the designs there. You can also pick the designs, right? You can change the colors to fit whatever you want. No. Let's see which one will be better. No. So let's see which other colors do they have.
Look for pink.
Pink. Okay, let me take something like that. Check. Is it custom? Okay, let me leave this one first. Or is there another color that would be nice? That will give that contrast. Oh. Okay, don't worry, let me leave it this way. So what I can do now, you see again, anything I want to do. So for example, you see this background again, this background. If I click on this background, or I can either right click or whatever, okay? If I do right click, format plot this thing, okay? So you see where I have fill, I can say no fill. So I need to first of all click on it. Sure, click no fill. Can you see? That no fill has faded in the background. Can you see that? So that way you have to make sure that your visual is. So if I use a dark visual, I will need the color to pop out.
Black will work.
Black will work, right? Black. So if I click on this, make sure that No fill. Now that line again, I can come here and say no line, right? This is black. Then again, so just so that make sure that the size can. So what you can also do again, in case you want the size to be way larger. So if I click on that, so let me make this font size larger.
Dr. Francis, do
I
I
don't
need to
even-
keep,
I don't even need that. You say what?
can we keep adjusting, or can it like fill itself? Like,
What do you say you want to do? You want to fill what?
you're trying to expand to fill up the
Yeah,
shape.
yeah.
So is there
Yes.
no way we can just click that to fill it up without us?
You know, the thing was that this thing that we did was manual by hand,
Okay.
isn't it? So you now need to adjust it to fit that size. But actually, we may not even need this because nobody is shooting that. Okay, we may not even need that. But what I'm just trying to check if I can see any other. Let's go with something like that. Let's go with something like, okay. And if I even on that thing, you can also do. Can you see these colors now? I can even come and customize it. Somebody mentioned pink, right? With pink, not pink.
Yes,
No. Let's say lighter orange.
You need a contrasting color.
Yeah, you need a contrasting color. So if I click on it, I can come here now and you can see. So you see, as a data analyst, right? You see, when you're doing data visualization part, there's the aesthetics part of it, isn't it? And the report must also make sense. So if you focus on making it so beautiful and it does not make sense, you're just wasting your time. If you make it so, okay, yes, it makes sense, but the way it looks is not so wow. So you have to have that balance, right? You also have to have that balance. So that's why you see all these things we are doing manually, right? You see in Power BI, it's a little bit more flexible for you to do. But here you can customize it as much as you can. Green, pink. You need something in between. Red, no. Let me see this. Not so. We don't have anybody that is an artist here. Eh?
Olasokwe.
We don't have any visual artist here.
Olumide.
This one will work now. This one will be fun.
This one is okay.
This one is okay,
Oh,
right?
it looks okay, yes.
All right, this looks okay. Then on that, I'll fill it further a little bit. Okay, now you see, like this part isn't showing clearly, right? So if I click on it, I'll come here to home, make it a white text, then I can increase the size of the text. So you have to also try to look for. That's why if you use a particular design this thing here, so you will see how it's going to look like. So this is better. This looks a little bit better. Okay, I think this, then if you want to show this thing now, right? So I just right click and say show data. Now this data again, I have to come here again, make it a little bigger. Then you can make it white. But it's too big. Let me see. Let's make this. No, this one will not. Now let's see another way again. We can do it inside base, outside base, call out. Call out. Oh, this will be too small. Okay, well, let me see what you can do. So if, for example, so another thing you can do again, so you can delete all these other ones, right? Then just put the largest and smallest. Maybe that one can also be on that way. Take one. So you click, delete. So okay, that's fine. Correct. So now I can now expand it, make it white, increase size. Hey, here's how I come. All right. Then maybe I can also make it bold. Then maybe choose a font size that will make it very bold. Yeah. Okay. Let's assume that this is what we have done now. Okay. Now this one I don't need this. So I want to put a title. I want to put it, by default, you can also have this image. This one, I don't need this one, so I can take that out. Yeah. So again, I can also pick your shapes. So what's this one called? This one was what? States by, is it top 5? Is it top 10 or?
Top 10.
Top 10 states. Top 10 states, then I can edit that. So, top 10 states. Okay, make it white, make it bold. Then for this background, you can also say no fill, no line. This is okay, right? Then I can, if it's okay, then I
Yes.
can copy it out and come and paste. Okay, yes, come and paste. Come and paste. Come here, paste. All right, I think this is fine. No, this is fine. Okay, because if you start doing them differently, it means that you have to adjust all of them one by one so you get the perfect fit for what you want. Now, even what I'm doing here like this, in PowerPoint, you can also get this shape like this, cut it out from PowerPoint and come and drop it here. So if you do everything in PowerPoint, then just copy it and come and drop here. Or even Photoshop, whatever this thing, any or Corel Draw, whatever tool you want to do. So whatever design you do there, you can do that there, then copy it here and paste.
Or Canva.
Or Canva, hey, beautiful. But if you save it as picture, then all right. So let's take another one. So dashboard, come here, paste. So here, let's see design. That design. Okay, we have used black, but for this one, we need like 3 different colors. Like 3 different colors. Okay, and that thing again, you know that with this, you know, you can even customize each of them. So the same way, if I click on each of these, if I right click and say format, right? So if I have color here, so if I pick this color now, that means if I pick this particular one, if I pick this one or pick this, so if I pick one now, so let me see if I come to color. Okay, that is the line, sorry. No line, I don't want line there. I can come here, change the color, let's see, orange. But if I don't want that field, I can remove that field from there, right? Then I can pick this guy. Let's make this guy larger a little bit. But this guy, I don't want the line, so okay. This orange is dark.
Red, put red.
Red.
Or darker orange.
Or
Burnt
darker,
orange.
like this. Okay, let me use another one. Let's say green. Let me use here maybe no. Must make sure that it clicks only that particular one. Then maybe let's say yellow. Anyways, so here we'll call this one what? What are we calling this? This I can take it out.
Quantity. Purchase by quantity also.
This one you call it what?
Purchase by quantity.
Okay. Okay, purchase. But this one now we need like a legend. But this what they call it, the font size, I think you should increase it, right? Then make it white. This will not work well, so let's change it to. So if you want a particular color now, you can come there. Let's see where it's. So maybe I'll just take this font size and reduce it a little bit. A little bit. Hey, all right. Who again do we need again? Let's pick another guy. Okay, who again? Okay, let's take this guy. Let's come on, dump in here. This is what?
That total quantity is still showing up there.
Which one?
For the pie chart.
Say quantity showing where?
Total quantity up.
Okay, this one here.
Mm.
Okay, so let's say hide all buttons. Hide all buttons.
Okay.
Dr. Francis.
Here, yes.
Okay, I've seen in some reports this pie chart is kind of like 3D in the form of not flats, not a flat lay like this one. Is it possible to use Excel to do that?
3D.
Yes, like
Let's see. As long as you think about it, it's possible.
okay.
So 3D, right?
Yes.
Change chart type. Let's go to pie charts. I'm sure this is one you're talking about.
Yes, this is something like that. Okay.
This is 3D. This
Yeah.
is 3D, right? But this one now we now have to. This one is something like,
Yes. This is it.
you can do that now.
Okay.
You can do that. You can do that. But this pie chart looks horrible here. Why would we wasting our time with pie chart? Yes, do not chat. Do not chat. Where's my do not chat now? So what I'll do, I'll just go to change chat type. Change chat type. So you cannot create 3D. Yes, change chat type. Yes, sir. Where's my do not chat? Yes, sir. All right. Okay. This color, I'm not really feeling this color like this.
Yeah, let's do something like, yes, purple.
Okay. But you know, again, whatever color you are doing, you have to be consistent too, because sometimes some colors they indicate certain things, right? So, for example, if I want to show that maybe this is California, right? And California was green, that means I have to make sure that anywhere I see green, it means California. You get? And that way, again, you can do that. If it's profit, anywhere I see green means profit. If I now see loss, I'll now make it red. So you see, sometimes those colors can they indicate certain things, but that way you have to be consistent with it. But though here we are just playing with it, but you have to take this at the back of your mind. Okay. So that's why you see all this thing we are doing. If we have drawn it on paper properly and say, okay, this is the way I want it to be. Okay, then next you start doing to start adjusting it to get whatever you want. Okay, so for this guy, what can we do with you? So change. All right, so let's do that.
Okay.
Yes. So I click format axis, so I don't want no field. So we click that. Click on that. No field. Pick that background again.
Oh, sorry, blue.
Yes.
Can we use green?
Green. All
Dark
right.
green.
That green. This is what here. See books, okay. Let's see design. Okay, if that doesn't work, then we have to go manual. Dark green, dark green.
We'll use this purple. Purple.
This purple, right?
It's purple.
Okay, so if you're a basketball fan, if you know LA Lakers, so if you are building their own dashboard, this is perfect color for them. So this one is, so this is called what now? Here the text again, we have to make this text a little bit bigger. So make that white and make it bold, bold, then little bigger. So you see all these decimal. If you don't want those decimal, you go back to your reports. I think it was here, right?
Subcategory.
Subcat, that should be correct. So here I have to take it off. So can you see that? That's good. So the same thing here. You can click that to make it white, make you bold. I can increase you a little bit. Yes, sir. Okay, but if you don't want to show all the colors, all the numbers, then you can just select the particular numbers you want. So you just click on them and delete whatever you don't want. So for example, I want this one, this particular one alone. Then this particular one alone, I should make it red. And you see that red means okay, it's a loss, right? If I want to pick the highest one, maybe the highest one here, I want to now fill it, I will now make it maybe like green. Can you see that? So those red, green, they're indicating certain things, right? So the thing is that once somebody looks at it, it's already paying attention to certain things. It's paying attention to it. Now let me show you something. Let me see. Let me see how I can do this. There's one visual. Let me show you guys. It's not this one. Okay, don't worry. Let's just continue. If I see it, I'll show you guys later. Okay, then what again? Yeah, so again is left. Okay, this guy. Okay, let me paste you here.
The other one is subcategory. You didn't label it.
This subcategory. Yes, this is subcategory. Then here, so let me paste this guy. Come here, just you can go off, right click, hide all, take that out. Another thing again, make you bigger, okay? Then I can take you out. So this guy, format chart area, so no fill. Then make it orange, or make it what again? So that color again, can we try? Okay, that guy came out. Make it black. I don't know, but data. So I click on it again, come to home, increase the size, make it white, make it bold, change the font type, right? So if I see those decimals, now I don't want those decimals, I'll come back here. Who was this? Is it this guy? No.
No, category. Was it category?
This one. Okay. Then I'll just take it off. All right, so this is what now? Category by what?
Sales.
Yes. Then here, I will pick this last one. Come on, dump it here. All right, make that bigger. Then right click, hide. Oh, sorry, enemies are common. Okay, right click, hide all buttons, take this guy out. No. Okay, take that guy out, then you at the background, no fill. Okay, so what I can do, I can make you darker. Can I make you darker? Let's make you darker, then let me take you out. Now, sometimes if I click on this, this is line, right? Line marker. So if I say no fill, so sometimes for the marker, I think you can also do no fill or no line. Can you see that? You just only see the dots, but there'll be no line there. So you can also do solid line. There's something I'm looking for. Can you see? I can make the width of the line bigger. Can you see that? So if I want a pattern, then I can fill the pattern. If I want a picture, can you see that picture? I can put it behind it. Gradient fill, solid fill, no fill. So this guy, let me make you. What color can I make you now? Let's make you green. You pop out. Okay, then all these guys. So that was from the format, right? From the format in there. Anyway, let me just take that out. Move this guy out. Take this out. Then, okay, let me see if data can. The data. If there's a particular one you want to show, you can just delete all the other ones. They show only that numbers that you want or numbers that you want to show. But this one just to show you the trend. So either ways. Anyway, but that's just basically how to run it. So if I want to increase that width, I'll come here to the width, make it larger, and that's basically it. Okay. So that's basically it. Then next thing we'll do is what? To put your what now? Your slicers, right? Next thing is to do your slicers. Okay, so for the slicers, let me see on that thing again we can do. So slicers now, so let's put slicers. So slicers for what now? So let's put, so I'll click on it, insert, insert what now? What am I inserting? Slicer, isn't it? Insert slicer. So what slicers do I want now? Let's say I want by segment. I want by. We already have. Do you have region already? No region. Okay, I'll put region.
No.
What again? Okay. By quarter, by years. Let's say by ship modes. Okay. Now you see these ones that are not there. So what do we do to remove all these things? So that you come out very clean.
Delete them.
Yes, if I want to remove this now, what do I do? You know, it means that there's no data there.
Yes.
Yeah, so what do we do?
Can clean it.
How will you clean now?
Can go to the
Right.
original document.
Filter.
Filter.
Filter where?
That's
There.
yes.
Yes.
I'm filtering now, but nothing's happening.
Okay. Go to the original document and find it.
Go to the original document and do what?
Find it and clean it.
Find the date here.
Wahala.
You can filter out what is missing in the.
That means the date, there's no data for that period.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Right click.
Right click.
Can we try right clicking and delete?
Remove yes.
Where did you see remove
Mhm.
years?
There's X
Is
there.
there?
Remove years.
Yes,
Everything is
let's
gone now.
try. Right now.
Everything is done.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
That means we are not practicing.
Sorry.
So
After
if
this
you go to your slicer,
Hide settings.
slicer settings, right? Hide items with no data.
Oh,
Okay.
Slicer settings. So it's those little things. Those little things, right? Those little things.
okay.
All right. Then we make sure that we can connect all our visuals, right? Connect all your visuals. Okay. So who do we need to connect now? So
Sorry,
slicer.
Dr. Francis, this first class, same day, second class, is it in our data?
Yes, it's in our data now. Ship
Okay.
mode.
Okay. Okay.
If I come to the data, right? Can you see ship mode, standard? Can you see it here?
It's not showing it on my screen. Okay.
First class, same.
Oh,
day,
yes. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we need to connect everybody now, isn't it? First of all, have I labeled all my pivot tables? If you have not, okay, good. If you have not, you see them. This is what monthly. This is average
monthly sales.
Average
By month.
sales
By month.
By month.
All right, so it will be easy for us to read now. So if I come here, report connection, yes. Report connection. So I can you see now? Otherwise, you'd have been see pivot table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. So I can now connect everybody now. As long as, so for example, if I had chip modes there as part of the visual, then I will not connect it. You understand why?
Okay.
So that it doesn't start changing. Because if I click first class, only first class will show.
Okay, sorry, I didn't get where you got report connections.
I will do it again.
Okay.
Look at region. I click on region, isn't it? Slicer.
Yes. Okay.
Report connection.
Okay.
Then I can now check everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Check this guy again. Segments. Slicer.
Francis, what did you say about ship mode, please? You said something that you won't highlight ship mode.
So I'm saying that, for example, if I have any segments, let's see.
Okay.
Do I have segments now? Okay, you know what we can do it. Can you see this one? We have states.
Yes.
We have states.
Yes.
So let me bring a slicer for states. Okay. So click here. So insert what now?
Slicer,
right? So I want to click what? States now, isn't it?
Yes.
So these are the states, right? So remember that if I click on Alabama, right, it's only to affect this. If I click Arizona, it will affect this, isn't it?
Yes.
I want a situation where it will affect everybody except this.
Okay.
You get, so that's the essence of that connection.
Okay, so when we're doing that connection, we will not click states.
Exactly, not filter every other person except this guy. So this guy will remain.
Okay.
So I will now click here and now say, okay, slicer connection. So I can now click on everybody except state. I will check states.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
say, okay, click OK. So if I click Alabama now, is it changing? Every
No,
other person is changing except state.
except state,
Mm.
yes.
Yes. So that's the essence
Yes.
of it.
Yes.
You get it now. Otherwise,
Yes.
as you are doing your presentation, once you click on it, the visual will now look awkward. Do you understand? Because as if no data is there, or just one data will now be there. So it will now look very awkward.
Okay.
You understand that?
But if you're
Because-
presenting and you just want everybody to see details for Alabama,
Yeah, then that's why when you click on Alabama, everything you are seeing is about Alabama.
even
But
the
you don't want,
state,
because Alabama is not part of the top 10 states here. Can you see that?
okay,
So if
okay,
it was the data that was top 10, so that means I can now check, okay, in this thing that we now had bottom. So you see, I can now drill down and say, okay, so the bottom 10, those areas that we did not sell well. So let's check what has happened. So we now check, okay, which product are they not buying well? Is it not? What is the quantity that they are not buying? Are they buying more of retail, wholesale? You get? So you can start drilling down at that level.
okay.
So that is the essence of why you need to do it. All right. So slicer, have I reported the connection here? Yes. Quarters, the same thing. Report connection. Now for quarters, if I don't want it, remember I already have for year, isn't it? So for average month, so it may affect average month. I don't want, let me leave it like that. I will not touch it for quarter. Do you understand that? Same thing here for years, right? So report connections, I will pick for everybody except for average sales by month. So I will check this one because you know if I click on it, it may affect. But if I want it to also show, then that I can also make sure that it connects. I can ask, okay, report to show that. Okay.
Exactly.
Then who again left? Segment. Have I done segments? Report connection. All right. Do I have any segment on that visual there? No. Okay.
No.
Then here again, we can also alter it. So you can come here and arrange it the way you want. So if you want my filter to look like that, that's fine. Then let me see if I can take filter, make it darker. Just pick some of them. But let me see, why is this not working? I thought it's okay. This paint, this does not work for it. Okay. That's fine.
Can you change everything at this?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see. If it will change everything at the same time. Okay, so let us copy. That's if let me see if I highlight everything now. Let me see if I highlight everything. Highlight. Come to slicer. Let me change to this. Yes. Can do that. All right, so let me take you down to my. Hey man, this dashboard looks like a girl that just learning how to do makeup.
Where's everything?
All right, so okay, so we want all our dashboards. Slicer. Yes, yeah, working. What if I take it up? Now let me see if it was in Power BI. Let me see. Report settings. Let me see. Is there any way we can make it smaller? Instead of showing this way, I want it to. No.
You can turn it into 2 columns, sir.
That's what I'm trying to see. If it was Power BI now, I would just switch it to vertical to just arrange. But here, let me see. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to see if I can turn it into about 4. We need multiple select. No.
Is there in settings, sir?
In settings, right? Let me
Yes, sir.
see. Slicer settings. This is slicer
That's
settings.
it. Is there?
Where
I
is
just seen
it?
it now.
Where do you see it in your own?
No, I'm not even. I didn't open system, but it's there. I saw it just now up there.
It's
Okay, you
so
saw it,
small.
you saw it somewhere.
The number of column. Go to the quarters. You open it just now. Okay, check properties.
Okay, wait, hold on, let me check. Did you see it here?
He said you should check properties,
Yeah.
size and properties.
Okay, let me come here. Slicers. This is slicer property, right?
Yes, that's it.
No, no,
column.
look at it here.
Column.
It's here.
That's it up there. Column. Yes, sir.
Yes, it's here. It's there. So I can do that. Did I take year? Yes, I can pick for years. Come here. Then 1, 2, 3. I can pick that. Take this guy. Okay. 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 All right. So let's go back. So I hope everybody's set now. Yeah. Okay. Isn't that in the game we can do? So if you want to do a card, you know how to do cards now, right? So the card is the same thing. So you remember on my analysis here. So if I come here to say, okay, let me do a card for total sales. So if I say equal to this, right? So let me, yes, sorry, make that, okay. So I want to make a card out of a card visual. So what do I do? Insert, what do I do again? Shapes, cards, so take my card here, right? So you remember, if I want to put this number inside here, what do? I'll come here, equal to this guy, isn't it? Then, and now just so. So let me take it to the middle, take it down, make you larger, make you white. Then this guy, okay, let me take it out. So let me cut this guy, come here. Now you see I can come here and put it inside, sorry. I can put it inside my, what do you call it now? Where is this guy now? Disappeared. Let me copy him out. Copy.
So card, is it your shape?
Yes, card is shape.
Okay, is the shape.
Okay, if it doesn't work that way, so what I will do,
Or is it text? Or
no, look, I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
okay.
So don't worry, since it's not picking it from there, what I will do, I'll come here, shape, right?
Yes.
This isn't it. So I'll say equal to, then I'll come here now and select this guy. Hey, formula is missing.
Enemies.
This guy will not allow me.
Miss out.
The enemy is today.
I'm telling you. It's okay now. But why is it not going now? So let's copy. Where is not copying now? Is there another way I can link it? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, you know what we can do? We can, since everything is here now, right? So if I put equal to this guy, will it work? Hey, yeah, they come to now. That number is there. That number is there,
There
right?
is the color to make it white.
No, make it white. So now I can now link it somewhere now. You can say, okay, insert. Hey, so you know what we have done? We have linked a cell to a cell to a cell. So let me do it there. I'll come here, equal to this guy. Yes, sir. So now it's there. So I will. So you see, at this point now, I can decide to leave it out. But don't forget that there's a number there. So you have to look for a way to put it somewhere. And you see these situations where sometimes you may decide to hide. But you see, if you hide it and anything happens to that number and you have forgotten about it, that's the end. You'll be looking for how you did it. Okay, so let's go back. So make it white. Yes.
So Dr. Francis, it didn't work directly.
No, it didn't work directly. No, it didn't work directly. It didn't work directly. So I couldn't copy it directly there. Because remember, it is from this thing is from a pivot table that is already summarized. You get? So I first of all link it to one cell, then that cell I will now link to that cell again.
Okay.
That will happen there. So here we can also format shape, no fill, no line. Good. Let me reduce the font size for that. I'm sure we have seen some visuals like this. You see the cards, you see the pie chart with number at the middle. Have we seen that this type before? With a number at the middle.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you taught us last week.
So this is how they usually do it. But if I want a card name, I can just that means I will need several cards. But let's assume, but you understand it now, right? Then
Yes,
another
sir.
thing again you can do, okay. Let me do one more thing there. I think basically we are done with it. So let's go to insert. I don't know if you have used icons before?
No.
Icons. So sometimes you also see the way they pick certain things. So if it's states, I can pick map, right? But if, for example, it was the African states, I would have picked that one. If maybe it was customer something, I can pick this one. if it's so these ones we are dealing with now is what? States, so location. So under location, what can we use? This one US map. Anyway, let's pick another one. Let's say graphs. Maybe sales trends. So I'm trying to say that it's trending upwards. That visual, was it trending or it was stable? It was more like stable. Now there are some visuals, right? So if you go to, I'm trying to remember, there's one site. If I just type icons for dashboard, just go to Google icons for dashboard. There's one particular
That's
site.
Flaticon.
Eh?
Article.
Flaticon.
Flaticon. Okay, that was one, but there's still another one. But they have several ones, right? So you can just use any of them. Okay. So let's assume, so let me just pick that. What again do I want? Categories. Call out people. Can you see? I'm bringing any of these guys. Stickers. I'm bringing any of these stickers. So for those of you, so if it was maybe illustrations, but this one you have to be online to do it. You have to be online to do it. So imagine, so let me bring one. Okay, I think that's fine. Let me use all this one. So let me say insets. Now, can you see that? Insets. So let me take them. So you have to be very careful now. So you have to take them one by one. Hey, I don't know who sent you to copy it here. Let me cut out.
Can you undo?
Yeah, no, I've cut it out. So let me paste here. Let me try and separate them one by one. Okay, this is map. What are you going for? Okay, I can put map somewhere here. This one is visual. I can take visual and put it somewhere. So I'm sure you have seen some visuals, some dashboards. They also put this type of icon.
Yes.
You're wondering, where did they?
Or even the country, maybe the
Yes,
color of the
even the
country,
country.
something like that, the flag or something.
This one is too big. So I'm not fit it well. Anyway, but you get the point, right?
Yes.
So you can put your dashboard. So you are done now. So the only thing is that we should not think of a color that we can make it unique. If we had made everything black, will black make everything? Oh no.
Yes,
Exactly.
black with different shades of black.
It might not give very good contrast with the background.
Yes, that's the thing. This can be okay.
Maybe the background was like.
Yeah, okay. That's another thing you can also do. You can also go back again to the background. Let's make that something like this. Let's just make it a little bit uniform. Okay. Then this guy. So slicers. So let's come here. New slicer. Can we format?
I think I saw something that has black and gray also.
This one, right? Okay, let's assume this is what we have done. So anything you are doing now is everything is interactive.
Okay.
Everything is interactive now. Here, quarter 4. You see, there's no quarter 4. You see what I said, that sometimes when you are doing your presentation, your dashboard will now look very awkward.
Okay.
Yes.
So that was because of that quarter 4.
So
maybe we should have removed it from the slicer.
So let me see. Let me understand what happened. So let me take that out. I hope there's no slide side. No one is clicked. Okay, no one is clicked. Okay, I think it's fine. So let's try. So this is okay. Quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. This quarter 4. Let me see. Quarter 4. Okay, so let me understand. Okay, I think I understand. So you know what happened? You know here, I think I selected multiple. Okay, I selected multiple. So it was looking like saying quarter 1, quarter 3. So selecting to check that there are 2 quarters there. So it will work now. Yeah, it's working now.
I don't understand, Dr. Francis.
You know, I can select 2. So for example, remember that, for example, this is consumer, this is corporate. This is 1 by 1.
Yes.
I'm picking 1 by 1. But also I can right click and say, okay, I want multiple selection, which means I'll pick consumer and pick corporate. Can you see that?
Okay.
Now imagine now you want to do the same thing here. So I want to right click here and say select. So I select quarter 1, I select quarter 4. Can you see that? Or I select quarter 3. Can you see that?
Okay.
So you just like say selecting different quarters. So there's certain combination that will not work. That's why it's giving you this error like this. Yes. So that's why sometimes the understanding of your data, when you are doing your data preparation, by the time you should have already understood your data. Then you now start doing the application of the slicers, right? So 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, good works. So the last thing we need to confirm now is that I want to update this data. I want to update this data. So this data, so I want to update this data. So let me, okay, this is profit. So this is the one I want to ensure. All right. So let me come to my dashboard now. Okay, let me come here since it's here. So normally, so please let me see how I know that it worked or not. So this value is what? 2. Let me use this one to gauge it. All right, okay, that's me. So let me see. So let me come to analysis here. So I come to this and say refresh all. Did it change? So let me come to my dashboard. Did it change? Did it change?
I'm still seeing the same.
This was the original value now.
Okay, 2.304.
Now this is
Yes, it has changed.
Okay, it has changed. Yes.
It has changed, isn't it?
So why didn't
Yes.
that one change along with the one?
Which
of
one?
The 2.2.
No, this one is a picture now. And I copied
this
this
is a
and I
picture.
kept here just to check that
Okay.
if it
Okay.
changed or not. So
So how were you able to, sorry, Dr. Francis, how were you able to
Yeah.
copy it as a picture like that and just take it there?
if you have OneNote.
I used to see it on my system. I don't know what it means.
Yeah, if you open OneNote now, then the shortcut is Ctrl+Window+S.
Okay, I'll check it.
Yeah. All right. So basically that is it now. So now you have a live dashboard. So as they keep updating it, they just refresh it. Just say refresh all, and every other thing should change. All right. Are we good with this?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yes.
So
For
now,
us, it's awesome.
so now you have to build with a data set. Either use this data set or look for that data set and build your own.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So what we are trying to do is to make sure that before you finish, you already have a portfolio of 10 projects.
Okay.
So if in Excel, we finish Excel, we have 2 projects with Excel, SQL 2, maybe Python 2, maybe R 2, Tableau 2, Power BI 2, maybe 12 in total. Yeah. So those of you who now want to apply for jobs now, it's not about what's on your CV now, it's what can you do? Then all these things, then we have to open a GitHub account. Have you heard of GitHub?
Yeah, you told us.
Yes, sir.
So you have to open a GitHub account where you now be storing your projects, right? Then you can
Yes.
also put on LinkedIn too, so that you can also become more visible. Then don't forget again, to know who did this thing, you have to also come here.
Okay, name,
Yes, put the
No.
name, put that box on
your
that
email.
email and
No.
everything. Yes. So if somebody looks at it now, you can now take off all this stuff now. You can now take off all this stuff now. And it may no longer be Excel anymore. Okay. That's just basically it.
Dr. Francis, what did you take out, please?
I took out all the
Formula
headings.
bar.
So if I come here, I took out the grid lines, right? Headings. Can you see the headings?
Yes,
Formula
the
bar.
formula bar.
Okay.
Then this
Okay.
pin. Can you see this pin?
Mhm.
This is sometimes how you know that is Excel, but you know you can also make your Excel in dark theme, right? You can make your Excel black. You know that.
Mm.
You can make your Excel black. So that's why sometimes when you see some things they are doing, you're wondering, is this Excel? And sometimes it's these things that can give you a way that is Excel. But if I take it out, you may not even know whether it is Excel or not. They imagine now the whole thing is now black. Now look as if it's a software. But it's Excel. And with this one, that's where you now appreciate what Power BI is doing for you. So all this manual labor that we are doing. Yeah, in Power BI, there's still a part, but it's still cuts, pastes, and you can still adjust it. But with Excel, you see, you have more flexibility, right? As long as you know how to go about it in Excel. And basically, that's how to build your reports. Okay, so just try and do your own. So by next week,
Okay.
but I may be traveling on I'll be traveling on Wednesday, but I hope to come back on Sunday. But it depends on the time. If my flight is delayed, right?
Okay.
You know how they are. You can book
Yes.
flights in the mornings, in the night you are coming.
Enemies at the airport.
Dr. Francis, you've not traveled.
Yeah?
You've not traveled.
No,
Okay.
Okay.
not yet.
All right, sir.
But
I was supposed to have traveled this week, but I know I won't be able to make it back because what I have to do on the school is on Tuesday, so it's on Wednesday I will not travel.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Someone want to ask something.
yes, I wanted to ask about, we're saying that we'll do 2 projects. Is it now in the month of January or at the end when we want to work tools?
No, like we have done this one now for this week. Now we are doing your own.
Okay, so like
Then there's another one again. I will now show you how to now do things like, so for example, it's like a slicer, right? But but if you have a drop down, so for example, if you have a drop down, it will be like a slicer, but it will have a drop down. So when I click on that drop down now, it will now show me another visual for another aspect. So just like I do like a scenario. If maybe profit increases by 10%, profit decreases by 20%, profit decreases by 50%. So it will be showing you that visual of it. That's another aspect again. But that one we have to first finish with functions first. Then we'll now come back again and build another dashboard again with those things now. So that will be the second one you will do. But for now, just do like something like this that we have done now. So any data set that you have, or you can still use these data sets. This Superstore data set, right? So for most data science, whatever you are learning, whether it is R, Tableau, Python, SQL, anything, you can still use data set. It's a very classical data set, so it can be used for every type of project you can think of. So yes, you can still use this one. Okay.
Dr. Francis,
So this is
Yes.
like our first.
you have other data sets that we can also practice with. apart from this one.
There are a lot of data sets now. A lot of data sets. Let's see. Okay, I'll check my system for data sets, but still. Okay, for example, I can do. No, what you will do that's the thing. In your own role, think of a data set you can use, or your own organization, think of a data set you can use. For those who are HR, look for HR data you can use. For those who are in operations, think of an operations data set you can use. For those in sales and marketing, think of a data you can use. Okay, but I will check for some other ones and send.
We can use the one you've used to give us assignment before, right? The one we used to pivot tables before.
That's this one now. That's this one.
Okay, the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Or again, what you can also do, if you go to Google, just type, so whichever role you are in, whether you're in HR, right? So just type HR data sets.
Okay.
Okay.
You will not see you type operations data sets. Or if you want to make it easier, operations data set dot XLS. You know what .xls means?
Excel.
Okay. So you see what we have done here? So if this is people in sales department, you know what they call this? They call this one sales analytics. If you use a HR data and build your dashboard, like they call it what? HR analytics. You understand that? So when you are talking about the analytics, now it now depends on your domain. So it is that domain that will now drive every that. So if you are in sales, it will cause. So when you are applying your analytic tools to a particular domain, such as sales, HR. So if I'm applying the analytic tools to HR domain, it now be called what? HR analytics. You see that? So when you are saying I'm doing marketing analytics, I'm doing reporting analytics, I'm doing all this is what they are talking about. You understand? So that's why I say if you can do up to this point, anywhere you see data analyst role, you are very qualified to apply for it.
To this point.
If you can do it up to this point, like if you have more than this, if you can show them something like this, like this guy is something else, so right? So now I say when you build your project, so if you do 2, 3 and keep 2, 3 and keep. So any role that you're applying, so if you see data analyst, right, with Excel, in fact, the tool, just at the end of the day, it is the tool that you are using. So when I'm using Excel, I'm using Python. The important thing that those are just tools to help me achieve certain things. Okay, so what you do once you keep these projects now, so whatever you do, you now have to walk them through what the problem is, what you try to do, what insights you discover, and what can they do. Okay, so that's why when we just see role for HR, so you say with skills in HR analytics, you're wondering, does that mean I have to go and learn Python? No. But whatever you have done here, you see, I can still do it in Power BI. So they will not call that one business intelligence. Even what you have done again, you can still call it business intelligence, BI. But the tool we are using is Excel. So you understand it now, right?
Yes, so thank you.
Because gradually we'll start seeing the different roles. So for now, all these things, they call them data analysts, right? But remember the umbrella, Oga Kpatakpata is still a data scientist. So a data scientist, this is part of his role. But data analyst, sometimes this is where they stop up to this point. But understand that at the end of everything we are going to learn, this is still where we are coming to. The only difference now is that you see this data, as long as it can enter Excel, it's still a small data. But when the data now becomes very large, then we now have to start moving towards a database. Can you see that? You now have to move towards a database. So that's why when you now talk about database, before we're hearing database administrators. So in most, you hear IT departments, you say, IT, I need data. The person they are referring to is the database administrator. But you see, over time now, that role has changed now. So who they call now, what they call them now? Data engineers. They are called data engineers.
Okay.
Because before you use this data, somebody must have brought this data out from different sources and put it to one place for you, where they call the data warehouse. So that is when you can now either connect to that data warehouse and now do your analytics. You see that? So when you now start building, okay, machine learning models, right? Those ones, they are the ones now generally referred to as what data science. You know, again, even if it's just this visualization, you know, there are people that specialize in just data visualization. That is that they don't even know how, they don't want to bother with cleaning data or anything. In fact, all those cleaning of the data, data engineer would have done most of them, but you still see that even if they have cleaned it, sometimes you need a particular structure and format. And that's why when you're having like a team meeting of everybody, you hear the data engineer will come, the data visualization expert will come, the machine learning engineer will come, the data scientist. You see, all of them will now come together, but they should be able to understand themselves. And that's why the data scientist is the one that can do almost everything. Okay, can do almost everything. So after we are done with Excel, we are most likely going to enter SQL. Okay. So when we enter SQL now, you now start understanding it much better. Where the limitations of this Excel now come in terms of the size, right? Then you have to now move it to a proper database. Okay, we'll now see how to do that in SQL. But that's just basically all you are doing. So anyway, you see SQL, Excel, Tableau, or Power BI. So those are the basic tools that we say data analysis use. But the truth is that Excel can still do everything that you want. But another limitation you can have with Excel in terms of if I want to deploy it now for the entire organization, it means I have to be sharing this file. Isn't it? I have to be sharing this file or sending it via email. If I do share, that means everybody can connect to it. But there's a way in terms of how to be secure that only a particular unit can see what their own data. So that is where Power BI now has its advantage over SQL. Over Excel. Yeah. But if it's just basic reporting that you want to do, Excel can do everything for you. So you just choose the tool that you want. You choose the tool that you want. Even if you learn Python, even the visuals in Python, you cannot still customize. You still have to export it back to what Excel and now transform it before you present. All right, I think that unless we have any other question.
So before next week, basically our goal or task is to create our own dashboard.
Yeah, you have to create your own dashboard. So whatever role you are playing, whatever role you are in your discipline. So if you are in HR, you are in accounting, you are in finance, you are in sales, you are in marketing. So just think of a data set or go back to your organization, then pick and do it. And you know, this is not even all. You know, all these things we are just they are still basics, right? There are still other things that can still be done, but this is just to say, okay, this is what Excel can do.
Like macros.
Macros. So if you want to enter macros, that's another aspect again, macros. But that one you have to go. We may not go into VBA per se, but we can just show how macros work. But there's the VBA of it, so you can go and if you want to go and learn that one, that's also fine. All right. Hey, there's one book I'll send to you guys.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, that's fine. I'll try and send you guys some resources on data visualization.
Okay.
And
you
this
see,
Excel too, Doctor.
I sent you guys Excel Bible, right?
Yes.
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 Yes, we get it.
Then I don't know. I will check if I was sending data visualization with Excel there.
Okay.
Now, that's now to the other aspect you also need to learn is data storytelling. So that's the material I want to send, data storytelling.
Okay.
That's another thing you need to learn again. Data. It's just about presentation, right? But remember that I told you there must be a context in which you are describing. So normally, this one we're doing it randomly, right? But when you do it on paper, when you are doing it on paper, there should be a flow. Now I told you that, for example, there should be certain colors that they are indicating certain things, and it has to be consistent all through. Okay, so there are certain rules that you just follow, so that immediately somebody sees the visual, then he understands it. Okay, like sometimes if I look at this, sometimes these things I'm putting at the background can be distracting. It may look appealing, but sometimes again can be distracting. Okay, so those are some of the visualization rules you now have to start taking into consideration. So I'll look for those materials and so you can also look at it when you are doing your. All right, I think we should be done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Dr. Francis.
Thank you very much,
you.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
I'm
Yes.
grateful.
All right now. Bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.